Welcome back to some more battles. We are in the Color Cup, and let's see if we can get some wins. Today, we're going to be using the Ferrothorn paired with the Shadow Marowak and a save swap. In this case, we're going to be using the Shadow Gyarados, but later on, we're going to be changing it. So just keep that in mind. We have the Ferrothorn versus the Abomasnow matchup. We are going to stick in here. Looks like we are gonna tank these weather balls and then go into our Gyarados afterwards. They're just throwing weather balls. However, we're gonna shield here because they also have not switched out, so maybe they don't want to see this. We see that they decided to throw another weather ball, and now we have energy for the Wish Cache. So in this case here, we have two Aqua Tails, it looks like. The Aqua Tail does get it super low, and now we see the Talonflame in the back. Talonflame is going to be able to reach a move here. We're going to fire off the shield. They go for the Brave Bird, and now we have an opportunity to get some shields with some baits. Okay, first bait is successful. Here we go again, going for this Bone Club. Gets that second shield, and now let's see what they're going to throw. They go for the Brave Bird, takes us out. We have a little bit of health on our Gyarados. Ooh, our opponent does switch out immediately. Takes out our Ferrothorn. We farm it down, and we are one turn away from getting to that Aqua Tail. So GG's to our opponents. Tough team in the back. We're going to switch out the Gyarados for the Kingdra. Is what we wanted to do first. And let's see if it works out better. All right, Ferrothorn, we're going to switch out into the Kingdra as Talonflame is a horrible matchup for the Ferrothorn. We are going to shield the first one, ends up being the Brave Bird, and now we see the Morpeko. So Morpeko potentially could just Aura Wheel through, I guess. So we're just going to tank it. Now they're boosted, and we're trying to get to another move. Nope, they are forced to use energy, though. Psychic Fang is used, so they are relatively energy dry. We're going to go into the Ferrothorn here as we can resist their fast moves. Here comes the Psychic Fang again. We can survive that, and we do farm it down. So now we have energy. We're going to fire off our Thunder here with our Ferrothorn. It does grab the shield. We're going to farm a little bit extra, catch a move. Let's see what we... Okay, we actually end up shielding anyways. And this allows us to get to this Shadow Bone. So Shadow Bone is going to take it out. And now we have Hex, Marowak versus the Superior. Looks like they decided to throw Frenzy Plant. And we're going to get to this Shadow Bone. Shadow Bone is going to be decent damage. We're going to catch a move. Let's see what we catch. There's the Aerial Ace. And we're just going to fire off this Power Whip because... it's a stab move, but also we need to get some chip, and that's exactly what happened. So GG's to our opponents, able to win that game with the combination of the Marrow and the Ferrothorn. Off of a terrible lead too. Right, we got the Ferrothorn versus the Gastro. Fantastic lead here. Anticipating a switch out, they go into the Marrow, and we're going to go into our Kingdra. Kingdra is going to be able to tank the first move, so we're going to let it go. Shadow Bone is used. We avoid the debuff, and then our opponent is going to have to think about shielding this Octazooka. Indeed, they do. So we're going to shield, and then we're going to see if we can get to another one. And it looks like we get to another Octazooka, and they do double shield. So we have an opportunity here to match them. But we decided to just let it go, and they go for the Bone Club, and the Bone Club is not going to take us out. Now we have the Pharaoh onto the Gastro matchup. This is really good. We're going to take it out right here. Let's see what's in the back. Okay, ends up being the Talonflame, and now we have the Marowak to deal with this. The Marowak shields once, and we do get them to GG's quit because Brave Bird was their Hail Mary play, and we were able to... shield the first one and basically their debuff, and we can take them out. All right, next game, let's see who do we find. We got the Ferrothorn versus the Pelipper. Whoa, Pelipper is very interesting here, pretty good against the Marrow, and they decided to switch out to try to catch and move, but now we have the Marrow versus the Trevenant. We're going to call bait, and that's exactly what they do. So we are going to be at a better position here. We throw out a bait, and they also shield. So we are definitely going to get some extra farm with something and a shield advantage. We're going to go into our Ferrothorn because we can tank the move. They go for the Shadow Ball, and now we're going to go into the Kingdra. Looks like the Kingdra doesn't quite farm, I don't think. Yeah, they still have 3 left, and now we have to try to beat this Pelipper. We're firing off the Outrage immediately. They let it go. Let's see what they have in the back. They still have that Trevenant, and they pair it with the Morpeko. So Morpeko is going to be very interesting. They go for an Aura Wheel. We do show the correct move. Looks like they do catch the move. So nice catch by our opponent. And then we're going to combo play into our Ferrothorn. This is going to get that shield that they still have left. And now we're going to be forcing out some energy from them. They go for the Psychic Fang, and the Psychic Fang doesn't quite take us out. And because we resist the Thunder Shocks, we are going to be able to reach another Power Whip for the win. So GG's to our opponent. Kind of a interesting end game right there. Our opponent was trying to like farm us down with the least amount of energy, but because the Ferrothorn was resisting it, we were able to sneak away. All right, we got an interesting lead here. A Bounce Snow versus our Ferrothorn. Not necessarily the best thing, but it's also not a good decision to go into our Kingdra here as well. So we're just going to play this out, save that energy, and go into the Kingdra and hope for the best. We might... Okay, we tank the energy ball, and then they switch out into the Quagsire. Quagsire here has to think about shielding this Outrage. They let it go, and now we're just going to let this go and potentially farm with something. We're going to go into our Ferrothorn here. We cannot go over 100 here, so we decided to go for a little bit of extra energy. They decided to go for the Talonflame, try to farm down, but before that happens, they have to think about the Thunder. We shield here because they can get to a move. They go for the Flame Charge. Our opponent does end up somehow getting a move when we had a 9 turn versus 10, but we're going to go ahead and get a shield. They switch out, and unfortunately for them, that is not the switch out because we have a ton of energy. Shadow Bone gets used. They have to come back in with their Talonflame, and now we have another Shadow Bone for the KO. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.